everybody. This is like a disaster right here. Not real happy with this. They've just clearing the crap out of this area. All I'm worried about right now is today, and today is beautiful, for gracious skies. I'm going to stop singing because I'm at a stoplight. I watch, a lot of these YouTube videos of different bikers and whatnot. I'm always amazed at these people, how they're great, to their credit, all these people, they can talk, they'll talk on camera in like public situations, and they really don't have a fear of just looking in camera and talking, even though they might be in like a busy airport or I don't know, you name it, and they're just going along just like nothing's happening. And I get very self-conscious of that, like that people are looking at me and thinking I'm weird, or I think I feel not that I'm worried that people think I'm weird, because I am pretty weird and I don't mind if people think that. There's something about it that feels a little arrogant to me. It doesn't, when I watch it, it doesn't feel arrogant, but when I'm doing it, it feels very self-centered and like, oh, he's so important, does he realize how dumb he looks? Something along those lines. I don't know, it just feels funny to me. I'm gonna hang with this truck so that people see me, so they don't go. There we go. Yeah, so sometimes when there are cars turning on like that, because they might not see me since I'm smaller, or sometimes I was reading this article where the psychology of a motorcycle coming toward an intersection, if somebody's going to pull out, and take a left like that, the motorcycle seems less of a threat to the car because we're smaller. So the car driver, unbeknownst to them, is more likely to pull out with a shorter distance between you and it, because they feel on some level like, well, they can beat it and it's not some imminent threat. But certainly a pickup truck barreling at them at 70 miles per hour is a threat, so they're going to wait a little bit longer before they make their turn. So what I did back there, which is a good safety tip, is I hung with the big boy truck so that they would be less likely to make an early turn there. Just a little safety. La da 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 dum. La da 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 dum. La da 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 dum. Shit don't lie, shit don't lie, shit don't lie. Cocaine. I don't know why this song is stuck in my head. I must have heard it somewhere. Yikes. Yeah, so this road, it makes me so angry. They're doing construction on this road. They're adding 2 lanes. So right now it's a 2 lane, it's going to be a 4 lane. And it really needs it, because during the week, this thing is backed up for like a mile. So I applaud that they're doing this. And it's a 2-year project, it's going to be a mess, but I'm glad they're doing it. What frustrates me is the first 6 to 9 months, they said, is just utility work. They're not even touching the road itself. That's fine, I get that. I'm not mad about that. I mean, it is what it is, right? Here's where I get upset. The speed limit on this road was 45, and then right here, now it turned to 55. Now keep in mind, They're not touching the road for another 6 to 9 months. They've dropped the speed limit down to 30. Now, when I first saw they dropped it to 30, I thought, oh, when workers are present, I guess we have to go 30. And the lanes are really only closing like during weekdays from like, I don't know, I think it's like 9 to 3, there's going to be a lane closed potential. I'm assuming for some of the utility workers, so they can spread out their cars and stuff. But I read an article about it, and it said, no, the speed limit 24 hours a day from here on out is 30 miles per hour, and the police are going to start ticketing, like for the first couple weeks. I don't know if they still are, but for the first couple weeks they said we're just going to be giving warnings, and then we're going to start ticketing. The problem is, I wish I'd never read that article. Because the problem is, now that I'm aware of that, I try to go at a reasonable speed because I don't want to get a ticket. And this is heavily trafficked by the police because really this is the main stretch of road through our town. So there are always police on this. Well, see, nobody else read that article. So everybody else continues to go the regular speed, whether it be, 45, 55 or whatever. And they're on my ass all the time, whether I'm in the car or even on the bike. So there's no way I'm going to go 30 when everybody else is going 50. It's just not going to do it. And I know what's going to happen. I'm the asshole who's going to get the ticket. Frickin' police cars, they changed them all in our town to these Chevy Tahoes, white Chevy Tahoes. Well, they're not marked in the front, and they don't have lights on top, but they have clear markings on the side, and they have lights like on the inside. So when they have their lights on, it's plain as day they're a police car. But when they're just coming at you, you know how many white Tahoes are in this town? A ton. So every white Tahoe that comes by me now, I think it's a police car. It was the same thing when, I don't know if this happened down south, but up north, for whatever reason, like Ford must have given away these Ford Tauruses, or Ford, I don't know what they were. These, they weren't Tauruses. Yeah, they were Tauruses, I think. They must have given them to all the police departments. And so anytime a white, like, Ford Taurus came near me, I just assumed it was a police car. Now I have that issue. It's like a phobia. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like Pavlov's dogs. And I've learned to salivate, or in this case, slow down, whenever I see a white Chevy Tahoe coming at me. It drives me nuts. I went grocery shopping earlier at the Walmart, the Wally World Walmart, and when I was in line, there's a reason they put certain products sitting right there at the counter, right? Because they know idiots like me are going to buy it. And there was a Red Bull just staring at me. I don't drink Red Bull as a general rule. I only drink it. The only time I really had one, the reason I had one in the first place, when I was driving in the RV one afternoon, and I don't know if it was the temperature of the sun, or we'd been, I think it was my second day of driving. We were heading up like north of Chicago or something, and I just got so tired, like so sleepy, like dangerous sleepy. Oh, I wanted to go buy this for a while. They're building some soccer fields. So I thought, well, heck, I'm gonna grab a Red Bull, which I did, and I really enjoyed it because I don't drink caffeine. But I was worried it was going to be too much for me, too much of a shock to my system. But it wasn't, and it was like just the right oomph to keep me awake. And I actually liked the taste of it too. So And I know they're not good for you. So anyway, so now if I'm really super tired, usually when we're on a road trip, I'll grab a Red Bull, but every once in a while I'll get one at the Walmart. And so to put this in perspective for you, in the last 2 years, I'm guessing I've had about 10 Red Bulls in the last 2 years. That's where I put my count at. So it's pretty rare I get a Red Bull, right? But anyway, I bought one today, and I have bought one in the past when I was hungover, and that was great. I think it just opened up all my capillaries and blood vessels and whatnot in my brain and brought me some relief. But I feel like, since I had one earlier, I feel very loquacious. Is that a $10 word for you? Loquacious. I just feel like I'm talking a lot. Mr. Chatterbox. Mr. Chatterbox. Maybe I'll end up saying something really stupid, which usually makes it on my reel because usually makes it on in my film because the dumber I am, I think the funnier it is.